Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Music of the Week. I did say I was going to push this video forward today and get this done yesterday because if there wasn't a Fight Night to review, I forgot that there wasn't even a UFC card over the weekend. However, I just decided I want a day off, so I had one. So you're getting the Music of the Week episode on this day, which is Monday, August the 16th of August. August the 16th of August, yeah. Anyway, we have about 5 albums to get through, so it's not going to be too terribly long, so let's just go. And we do start off on quite a high note. Catbite with Nice One. This is the Philadelphia group's second album, I believe, and, yeah, I loved this. A+, 100% A+, really fun piece of ska punk. Really enjoyed the lyrics as well, so there was some really well-written lyrics, really fun songwriting, solid guitar work, really nice instrumentals, great performances. Just a charming bunch of people, you know, and yeah, really just amazing in all areas, so fuck, I really liked it. I did not know what to expect going in, like with most albums when I'm gathering, like what to listen to, I listened to a couple of songs, I was like, yeah, I heard one or two from this album, I was like, yeah, it'll probably be good, and then it wound up being really good, so find this one and listen to it. This album kind of rocks. Next up we go to Grand Collapse with what I believe is their third album, Empty Plinths. Also my first by them, much like Catbite's Nice One was my first album by them, forgot to mention. Now, Grand Collapse are sort of half from Bristol, half from Wales. I don't know if they formed in Bristol and like sort of took residence in Wales, or if half of them are from Bristol, the other half are from Wales. I don't really know how that plays out, but the point is this album kind of rolls also. I'm giving it an A. Really enjoyable hardcore punk, really like the dynamics and how politically minded it is, and especially because it's British politics, which I can relate to a bit more, even though I'm not politically active. I do see like a lot of the bullshit that gets put up by some of the things that like forces and like government do, so yeah, pretty relatable in that respect, and also like the sort of crushing depression that comes along with that. Also just really solid energy, really good like dynamics. I said dynamics earlier, yeah, but I'm saying it again because they were really good. It does sort of... I'm trying to think of the main reason I'm not giving it an A+. Maybe a couple of the songs are a bit too short, but like... Again, I've listened to a lot of really short punk albums this year that have all been great. But yeah, top-notch lyrical content, really relatable themes, solid instrumental work. Really good performances from everyone as well, so yeah, I'd recommend finding this one as well and giving it a listen. It's pretty goddamn great. For our next one, we go back to Pennsylvania, Uniontown to be more specific, for The Letter Black with their 5th self-titled album, The Letter Black. This is their first one on a label called, and I'm saying this unironically because they titled it unironically, Rockfest Records. Anyway, I was actually quite looking forward to this one because The Letter Black are a band I'd heard about a lot, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll get around to them at some point. And this is their first album in about 4 years, and I think they took too much time off. I'm giving this a C. It is bang average Christian rock, not a lot else going for it. It's got decent riffs. Honestly, vocalist Sarah Anthony is the only one who showed up to work, it feels like. She puts in a really good actual performance. I think everyone else just sort of bogs her down, which is weird because I'm pretty sure she's married to one of them. So, yeah, that doesn't really help anyone's case, unless they just happen to share the same surname, or they might be siblings. I don't really know how that works. Point is, yeah, I wasn't super keen on it. It's got good flashes, like, it's inoffensive, but it's inoffensive Christian rock, and inoffensive Christian rock is usually quite bland and, you know, doesn't really leave a lot to chew on. You know, basic-ass lyrics, not fully religious leading, which I did appreciate, focused more on like themes like mental health and love and things like that. I did like that they didn't do what most Christian rock bands would have done in that position, but, you know, it's not enough to save this album from being anything but meh, you know. It's a fair balance of, like, it's got its good moments, but it's also got its bad ones. Solid performances, repetitive structuring, you know, pretty decent lyrics, boring instrumentation, and occasionally murky production. Like, a lot of production really just does not help this. But yeah, I think a C is the fairest grade I can give this album. There's just not much else to it. Next up, we go to a debut from a band from a country that I don't usually get to visit. We go to Nothing Noble with their debut album, Modern Dismay. Nothing Noble are from the always fun to pronounce Copenhagen. Seriously, that will never not make me smile just saying that name in Denmark, obviously, if you don't know what the capital of Denmark is. And, didn't like this album. I'm giving it a D. So, I do have a story behind this one. So, Of all the albums I listened to, like, I was going to say this past week and now the weekend before, there were a couple I listened to multiple times to get a better feel for them, right? One was Grand Collapse's album, which I really enjoyed, because I found a lot of good about it. The other was Nothing Noble's Modern Dismay, which I didn't like as much. It's just focused way too much on the heavy. It just didn't really do a lot for me. It really feels like Baby's first metalcore album, but way duller. Like, the structuring is very uneven and sloppy. It's compromised by so many, like, dread-filled lyrics. I'm like, we don't need this shit anymore. And I'm pretty sure, like, it's got a case of thinking it's smarter than it actually is. And I don't know if it's because the band are not traditionally English-speaking, although they do sing all the words here in English. I think actually singing them in Danish might have helped a little bit. I don't know. It'll work for, it worked for a band, which I'll cover in the next episode of Music of the Week, but that's for then. As for now, I would recommend skirting around this one. This did not impress me, and usually I'm really, really keen for a debut. But I did not know. I just didn't really feel this one. Boring lyrics, really horrible production, structuring's off, pretty awful. Instrumentals are decent, I guess. The band try, but there's nothing salvageable about this. Well, very little salvageable. I mean, if there were nothing, it would be a lot worse. But, no, can't recommend this one at all. And finally, we cover another debut, The Umbrellas, with their self-titled first album, The Umbrellas. So, I was having a hard time finding this band to really talk about them when I was grading the album initially, because The Umbrellas, it turns out, is a pretty common name for a couple of bands. So, I had to look at where they're from, which is San Francisco, California, to get a better feel for this one. And honestly, I really enjoyed this. This was a solid. This gets a B+, I should mention. This was just really solid indie pop rock. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of really fun elements. The chemistry between the two vocalists, one is male, one is female, was really, really nice. Like the layered instrumentation, the production really gave it some really good boosts at points. I think my main problem with it is that it's a bit short, but it's a really good chill vibe sort of album. I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, much like I was expecting to enjoy Nothing Noble's album a lot more than I did, but really had a lot of fun listening to this one. Really good debut. See, Nothing Noble, this is a good debut. This is how you do it correctly. Really relatable lyrics, just really fun and charming and cute in a way. So I'd recommend giving this one a listen, even though it's not like fully A stuff. It's still really good, so maybe give it a spin. And that'll about do it for this episode of Music of the Week. All 5 albums covered pretty quickly. And the ones I would recommend the most are Catbite's Nice One, Grand Collapse with Empty Plinths. Catbite with Nice One, Grand Collapse with Empty Plinths, and The Umbrella's self-titled one. Even though I gave it the highest B grade, it's still definitely worth listening, because I had a lot more fun with it than I thought I was gonna. So, those are the 3 I would recommend the most. As for what's next, hopefully PBW versus AVW. I haven't sorted the card out for that yet. I know, I'm really bad at my job. I will get it sorted, because I've only got about a day to do it, because I usually stream on Tuesdays and tomorrow is Tuesday. So, that's not good. But, hopefully I can get that done, hopefully I can get the stream done, and the next video you'll see me for will likely be either another episode of Music of the Week, or the final Ultimate Fighter episode, because it's episode 12, it's going to be the last middleweight fight, the last fight of the main season before they go to the finale. Or they might be doing more episodes to... Nah, they wouldn't do that. The finale would be live, I think. But that'll about do it for all this. Don't really have a lot else to really say. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.